today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week.
There he goes, right side. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown on the season, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game. We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Jackson from the shotgun. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Out to his left. And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Now, let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out.
Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past it.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now back to throw. Rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw here. He'll buy some time right. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
The kicker on 4 point after.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Now Jackson. He's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus the defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And this one is incomplete.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Back to throw again. Steps away. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Tough end to that play. He had his eyes on that first down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the first down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Ball security.
Exactly. Everything else working perfectly, and he forgot the most important piece.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Sometimes the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own. You've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually...
He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Buccaneers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Michael Gallup, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half?
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now Jackson on first down. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves. I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They go play action now. Jackson. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jackson now. Over the middle, complete. That's Cooper. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stephon Tuitt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And now they're in the hurry-up. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Jackson's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run here with Dobbins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the move to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a give to Dobbins. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Buddy Johnson there on the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Jackson. He finds his man complete. That's Stump. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's unable to get away. They stop him at the line on 4th and 2. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And that'll set him back 5. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Ravens, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this loss cost